Okay, so I'm just going to give a little intro. Hello and welcome everyone to Donuts Capital's live stream event of the Pitch Room. I'm your hostess, Mia. I'm also known as Felice. We have 5 incredible projects with us to present to a group of investors in hopes of securing funding. Donuts Capital is thrilled to host the Pitch Room and have you all here with us. In today's lineup, we have our first guest project, Noya AI, and we'll hear from Omar Eldaoug, CEO. Then Versus is represented by Rafal Chashek, CEO. Next up will be Nuon with Stefan Rust, CEO. Our fourth guest project is ZNS Connect, and we'll hear from Sebastian Jarroche, CEO. And our final project is Patex with guest Ricardo Daros, CEO. Just a recap of the Pitch Room's platform format. Please ensure that your mics remain on mute unless otherwise permitted to speak your turn. Each project will get 10 minutes of pitch time. Following each pitch, investors will be given the opportunity to ask questions. Then we will continue with each project thereafter. We're excited to learn more about these innovative projects and their potential. So without further ado, let's get started. First up, Noya AI. Noya is developing a novel approach to decentralized finance that utilizes zero-knowledge machine learning to create smart, trustless liquidity pools. By verifying AI model outputs on the blockchain, Noya allows large neural networks to control on-chain liquidity movements in a trustless manner. This enables new DeFi applications tailored to user needs and powered by off-chain artificial intelligence. Welcome, Omar. Please go ahead.
Hey guys, pleasure to be pitching to you guys. So, sharing my screen. Can you see the screen?
Yes, all good. Thank you.
Perfect. Okay. So it's my honor to present to you Noya. What we're building at Noya, we're building smart liquidity, which is basically big off-chain models controlling liquidity on-chain trustlessly, which would allow us to do scalable omni-chain DeFi strategies using AI and ZKML. So there are currently a lot of problems that are plaguing the DeFi space. It's super time-consuming, it's highly technical, and it's expensive to bridge from one chain to another. People are trusting centralized intermediaries. Noya comes here to save the day. We're building this DeFi primitive called Smart Liquidity, where the big machine learning models off-chain control liquidity on-chain, and then we're building these scalable omni-chain DeFi strategies, which would allow us to have multiple solutions. So one, we're AI-powered, we use zero-knowledge machine learning, we are omni-chain, we use very secure architecture, we use cheap off-chain computations that are verified on-chain. With users, it's a stake and forget approach. They just deposit into Noya and forget about all of the work that's going behind the scenes. It's composable across the DeFi landscape by tokenizing the deposits, and we've pioneered the first ever multi-asset, multi-protocol, and multi-chain vaults. So the addressable market for Noya is huge. There's about $225 billion of stablecoin looking for yield, and 22,300,000 Ethereum currently staked, increasing by the day. So how does Noya really work? We first start by trustless liquidity optimization. So the AI algorithm off-chain scans the market 24/7, deploying liquidity where it's needed the most. All of the movements of that liquidity is verified with ZKML. Furthermore, we pride ourselves by being omni-chain plus. We rely on multiple bridges and dexes to route value from one chain to another. Furthermore, we use 2 messaging relayers concurrently. We use layer 0 coupled with ZK Light Client's polyhedron. This is a small video to showcase how does Noya work. So this novel approach allows us to execute multiple advanced strategies. We can use Noya for multiple things. You can use it to optimize yield, diversify risk, maximize rewards, some certain ecosystem vaults, the trustless Uniswap LPing, lending aggregation, leverage yield farming, tokenized yield, or self-repaying models. We have backtested our results, and we have gotten really unprecedented high yields from 12 to 20% on stablecoins and 10 to 14% on Ethereum. Let's start by the first protocol that we're going to build on top of Noya, which is the native omnichain lending aggregator, where we're going to pioneer the first ever uncollateralized interchain flash loan, which will be able to teleport debts from one chain to another. So just like you have a model that's predicting yields, we can have a model that predicts borrowing rates, minimizing the borrowing costs for the users. And then we can have native omnichain tokenized yields, where these models that are living on-chain can be leveraged using money markets, and then you can have more yield through them. Second, you can have native omnichain magic, which are self-repaying loans collateralized by omnichain models. And then using this primitive also, we can pioneer the first ever leverage yield farming where the LTV is being managed by ZKML. So you can consider something like an NFT or a yield-bearing collateral, and the debt is being farmed while the loan-to-value is being managed by a huge model that's predicting borrowing rates, volatility, and optimizing for your yields. And this is something we're really proud of, which is trustless Uniswap liquidity provisioning. We have pioneered the first ever fully trustless Uniswap LP that automatically rebalances and reallocates liquidity based on fee tier, based on chain, based on asset, where you would be able to create the first ever omni-chain trustless Uniswap composable ZKML LP. I know it's a mouthful, but this is just something really innovative, and we consider it like it's a 0 to 1 in DeFi. And the best thing is, all of these different strategies and proofs that we've talked about before can be aggregated into one proof and verified on-chain. We are currently snarking huge models, 50 million parameter models, and verifying them on-chain, paying about 8 cents for all of the models and 1 cent per 50 million parameter model inference. Our go-to-market strategy is divided into 3 parts. We're going to first build on base. We're going to make it very easy for retail users to use Noya and farm these advanced strategies. We're going to create vaults that are compatible with multiple protocols, optimizing for different rewards. And third of all, we would like to open source this DeFi primitive and allow anyone to use smart liquidity where they have their own models satisfying their own intents. Noya's competition currently does not exist. We're building the DeFi primitive that has never been done before. And in terms of the different strategies that can be used by this primitive, like normal yield aggregators, currently they're not composable and they're not omnichain. And we have a token that's currently being used for governance. In the future, the DAO can vote for some fee capture, or we can use it for model inputs for the ZKML model, or we can use it for staking for model architects that want to use this DeFi primitive. We are building our architecture in a very modular manner where we'll be able to whitelist or blacklist any protocol, asset, or chain. We will be able to create and tailor this smart liquidity to users' preferences based on their intent, whether they want to maximize rewards, diversify risk, or maximize yield. We believe that in a world where trust is paramount, efficiency alone is not enough, and this is why we use ZKML. It allows us to be predictive, private, trustless, and verifiable. So in terms of predictive, we will be able to allocate liquidity to what's going to be the highest predicted APY and not reactively. We would be able to also backtest results, so you don't need to trust us. We can publish the proofs of all of the backtesting results, and you can verify them yourself cryptographically. Our testnet is currently live, where you'll be able to verify all of the movements, all of the locations, and all of the backtesting results of our different models. With the team, we have made up of 8 full-time people. We have me as the CEO. We're a winner of multiple hackathons and grants, an MBA graduate from the top university in Europe, as well as worked in a couple of crypto VC funds before. Our CTO has an extensive ZK experience, worked in a ZK development shop, also winner of multiple hackathons and grants. We've been working on ZKML for about a year now. Our AI engineer has 10 plus years of traditional finance experience, as well as 2 years and specifically for crypto experience, optimizing for UniV3 positions. Our product manager has extensive crypto startup experience. We have 1 ZK day out of hundreds of applicants. About 2 months ago, our testnet is live. We plan on launch in Q1 of 2024, build the protocols on top across Q3 2024, and then hopefully we believe in an app chain thesis where we'll be able to tailor a rollup that's optimized for our use case and verifying big machine learning models on chain. We're currently raising for about 10% of the whole FDV, and this is a small video summarizing Noya, and then I'll leave the floor for questions. Thank you
Great.
very much
Thank
for
you for
listening to
that.
the presentation.
Thank you, Omar. If you'd like to ask Omar a question about Noya AI, please feel free to do so. This is your time. In the meantime, what I usually do, Omar, is I try to just do like a little recap with a question that I think would be, useful to share again. For example, how does Noya ensure the AI models providing liquidity recommendations remain incentivized to operate as intended with undisclosed conflicts of interest?
So, what do you mean by undisclosed conflicts of interest? All of the models currently serve specific intent. Depending on the user's intent, whatever they want, we can create and pick a model of their choosing. And then all of these models are previously backtested where they can verify their results. All of the models have private weights, so no one can function on them, no one can do MEV on these models. And then to satisfy this extent, the model will work trustlessly, just sending proofs, moving liquidity from one chain to another and one pool to another, optimizing for their specific intent, whether they want to optimize yield, diversify risk, LP on Uniswap, fully trustlessly, minimize their borrowing rates. The Noya algorithm automatically picks the model of their choosing and then links that to liquidity on chain. And then liquidity on chain will be restricted by proofs. And then this is how we're fixating big machine learning models off chain, on chain.
Great. Thank you for that. I'm just looking for any raised hands if anybody else has any questions before we move on. Okay, Omar, thank you very much for your time. And we will be moving on to Versus, and we will be speaking with Rafal. So Versus is a decentralized gaming platform that bridges the gap between Web 2 and Web 3 by allowing users to compete against one another for stakes in both traditional and emerging blockchain-based games, all from a single interface. By hosting games directly and leveraging blockchain technology, Versus aims to deliver a highly secure platform for competitive gaming where players can earn tokens through their skills and participate in formats like matches, tournaments, and leagues. Welcome, Rafal. Please go ahead.
Hello, it's really nice to meet you. Yeah, I just shared the screen. If you can confirm if you can see it, it will
Yes, all good.
it will be nice. Yeah. Okay, so let me start. 1 second. I'm checking if everything works fine. Yeah, so hi, my name is Rafał Hayes and I am CEO and founder of Versus. Let me tell you something more about the genesis of the project and why we believe in gaming area that much. So our main purpose is to create the infrastructure and platform for players that will allow them to compete in their favorite games like Counter-Strike, League of Legends, and FIFA, where they can easily join match with fixed entry fee and after winning the competition claim the prize. What's more, we are also building our own software as a service solution gaming, about which I will tell you something more later. So why we decided to build Versus? We want to create a platform from gamers to gamers, but we see the problem in current Web3 gaming space. There is a lack of place to play your favorite title and earn in the meantime in cryptocurrency. Additionally, most of the gamers not choose Web3 games before classic titles because, for example, of poor gameplay or poor graphics. And that's why we decided to come with our idea where players can choose the best Web 2 and Web 3 titles, do what they do every day, and add additional dose of excitement thanks to playing for a stake. As I mentioned before, we are building infrastructure which allow any game to connect with Versus quickly. What's more, our service will know the results of the game automatically, and players don't have to worry about it. We have our own hosting for games in our platform, so it gives additional point of security to our players. We as a Versus want to be a bridge between these two worlds, between Web 2 and Web 3 worlds. We're supposed to be missing element that will help players to take the first step in the blockchain technology. And we believe that this is essential because players don't have to change their favorite titles. They can do the same and in the meantime learn new technology. We see how gaming as a whole market is growing, but we also see that Web3 gaming is also bigger and bigger, as you can see on this slide. Additionally, we are sure that Web3 gaming will be a huge trend in coming years. and that assures us that it will be a good time to create a platform like ours. As I mentioned before, we are building not only a platform, but also an infrastructure that will allow any game connect with our ecosystem really quickly. Thanks to that, players from this game can join our ecosystem, play their favorite games, and earn in the meantime. So the mechanism, which is based on the smart contract, where user will freeze token for a game period, will allow to transfer tokens only for participant of the game, and players don't need to worry about money while playing their favorite titles. It's also worth to mention that we have plans to use gaming as a software as a service solution for other companies, and it will provide additional source of revenue for our company. We decided to build our platform on ZK Sync because we also see huge potential in this space. As you probably know, ZK Sync in last 30 days has the highest number of transactions, and they even surpassing Ethereum, and this is huge results. The two most important things are that ZK Sync is safe and cheap, and this provides our users the comfort of use our platform without having to pay high transaction fees. And additionally, our integration with Layer 0 will allow our platform to be multi-chain and remain secure against any market fluctuation in the future. Moving on to the platform, we want to players compete in the best game currently in the whole gaming space. So as I mentioned in the beginning, Counter-Strike, FIFA, League of Legends, Rocket League, etc. But we are not closing ourselves only for traditional games. Also, Web3 games are important for us, and we want to have the best titles in our platform also available. We will have 3 game modes: single match, leagues, and tournaments. It is up to the player whether they want longer or shorter one. They can join or create your own match, tournament, or league in our platform. And now you can see some mocks of the platform. We conducted UX and UI tests, which allow us to design the appropriate appearance of the application. Our application is really easy to use. Group of early testers related to crypto world and gaming space give us feedback about usability, and that's why we decided to build platform with you. So before on the previous slides. When it comes to the revenue, the platform will earn for itself thanks to the fee between 2 to 5%. Size will be determined by the pool of entry amounts. The bigger the price, the smaller we as a platform charge. Platform will use the fee, for example, for buyback, special events, and monthly rewards. But additionally, as I mentioned, we will earn on use of our service gaming and sponsor tournaments in our platform. When it comes to the traction, we have the whole platform UX and UI. We also secure first partnerships. We have promotion video and proof of concept. Our application is also done. We are now finishing MVP version of our platform with Counter-Strike implemented inside. And our 2 main goals right now is finishing this MVP. Our goal is to finish this MVP version in the coming weeks. And then just after that, we will start our beta test of our application. And the second goal is starting fundraising with all things which we achieved so far. When it comes to the team, the project was created by 4 of us, myself, Claudio, Sharon, and Karol, experienced in both software engineering and blockchain industry. We've been operating in the world of cryptocurrencies for 6 years. During this time, we have been early adopters, beta testers, and investors in many projects in initial stages. We saw mistakes made by other projects, and that's why we want to prepare our platform for players to bring our experience and create our solution for Web3 gaming space. Here, if you will check later our pitch deck, you can have a link to the promotion video and proof of concept demo. Everything is available on our YouTube channel, so you can check out how the proof of concept looks like, and additionally, the whole documentation of project is also available here. And that's all from my side. Thank you very much for your attention, and if you have any questions, I am open to answer it.
Thank you, Rafael. Yeah, we'll give it a few minutes to see if anyone has any questions for you.
Sure.
And again, in the meantime, what I was thinking of, what steps is Versus taking to onboard a continuous flow of new users from traditional gaming backgrounds who may not be familiar at all with blockchain technology or crypto?
Yeah, so our go-to-market strategy is combining these two words, because we know that probably first users for beta testers will be from the Web3 space, but our main goal is to have the best classic titles as a first game in our platform. So that's why we want to implement Counter-Strike on the MVP version, and how we want to achieve it and how we want to promote it in the Web3 in the Web2 space. We will have a collaboration with well-known pro players, additionally with streamers, because those people have the biggest impact on the Web2 gamers. So we want to have the partnerships. We want to promote a platform. We want to focus also marketing in those two spaces, not only on Web3 space, but also on this Web2. Additional one point is that first tournaments on our platform after the beta test will be for the players who want to join the blockchain technology, but without any tokens. They can earn first tokens thanks to our platform, because it will be free to join the first tournaments, and they can earn our versus token without any entry fee. So this is the first goal. We want to attract those players with having those tournaments. But we have the whole strategy with moving step by step, adding new game, attracting the community from those Web2 games, then adding some Web2, and we want to combine it and move forward with step by step strategy.
Great plan of action. Thank you, Rafal. Another moment. We'll just see if anybody has another question. It appears not. So we'll move on. So thank you again, Rafal. Thank you for your time. Our next project up is Nuon. Nuon is a novel perpetual synthetic stablecoin protocol that aims to revolutionize the stablecoin market by preserving users' purchasing power over time. By anchoring Nuon's value directly to the cost of living instead of a fiat currency, Nuon allows individuals to maintain their spending power independent of inflation or centralized monetary policies. Operating through decentralized and over-collateralized mechanisms, Nuon offers a dependable unit of account tethered to the real world goods and services. Welcome, Stefan. Please go ahead.
Thank you, everybody, and nice to be here. Thank you for the nice introduction, Mia, and the tongue-twisting words that you managed to get across. So well done. Hey, everybody. Yeah, I'm the founder of Trueflation, and we've incubated Nuon out of Trueflation. And Nuon is using the price feed from Trueflation to bring that to ground. But basically, Nuon is the first flat coin. What is a flat coin? Basically, a flat coin is a inflationary protected stable coin. It's a synthetic asset, so it's a token, and it is over collateralized. So it's using digital assets as its collateral, and it's then minting and making itself available at the moment on 3 different blockchains, on Arbitrum, Ethereum, as well as on Base. Coinbase invested in Trueflation for the reason of seeing us incubate and drive flat coins into the market. So I've got a quick presentation. The product is live already, by the way, today. You can actually go and mint your Nuon using collateral on the Arbitrum chain. And we just had an announcement yesterday that this is available on using CCIP. So you can see here, Chainlink posted this out there, that it's now available on Base and on Ethereum using Chainlink's CCIP, and that is live today. And then here is more detailed on how that works and why we did that. But coming back to the presentation, I'll just quickly take you through the presentation. And if there's time remaining and permits, I'll quickly do a quick demo on the website. But let me just quickly go to slideshow so it makes it easy for all of you. Yeah, we've audited the contracts by CoinFabric, but basically, why did we do this, right? We did this because we see that your purchasing power is lost. So in the last 3 years, you have lost 30% of your salary. You have lost income in terms of 30% as a result out of that. You have lost purchasing power is another way of articulating that. Or you've got a hidden tax on your assets or your currency, your cash of 30%. And so that's the main reason why we did it. All cryptocurrencies, 99+% of stablecoins are pegged to the US dollar, which has lost 25% in the last 3 years. Bitcoin, nobody wants to buy anything in Bitcoin. Look, I spent most of my career as the CEO of Bitcoin.com, scaling and making payments available on a peer-to-peer level at merchants, 500,000 merchants, 20 million users, actually using Bitcoin Cash, and Ethereum as a payment mechanisms. People wanted stablecoins. They wanted to hodl and use Bitcoin as a store of value, not necessarily as a payment mechanism. You don't want to be the person that spent 10,000 Bitcoin on buying the pizza, and nor did most retail customers. And gold is not readily available to everybody. And if you talk to people, you can't carry the gold across the border if you need to flee a country. So it's not a very good asset. And that's why we decided to build a Flatcoin. Here I go into 90% decentralized or fiat backed, or they're all pegged to the US dollar, which I mentioned. Market cap today, the stablecoin market is about a $66 billion, $70 billion market, of which only $4 billion is decentralized. And those decentralized, again, are pegged to the US dollar. And what we're trying to do is help grow this to a $630 billion market. We think CBDCs are going to be a contender in the stablecoin market. And because they have distribution and because they have trust, they will significantly grow very fast. And they also have the regulatory backing behind them. So they will then just grow and be a player in this. However, people will want freedom, right? And freedom is represented in the form of cryptocurrencies, and they will be combined through a set of centralized stablecoins because they just have the distribution. But more importantly, decentralized stablecoins will grow, and there will be a whole new category that's born called Flatcoins. And we want to be the leader spearheading that initiative and dominate the Flatcoin market. Why do we want to do that? Because we've built this asset pegged to the cost of living that not only stores value, you don't lose purchasing power. It is a medium of exchange. We want to make this as a payment platform, and I've spent my whole career doing payments as a solution. So I have a lot of network and relationships in that market. It is a unit of account, so you can relate to Nuon. It can transcend borders. And it's going to be over collateralized and decentralized. So you have the transparency from the blockchain and the immutability, as well as the auditability. And you can see at any point in time what the collateral is against the outflow. And you can in fact go right now to Dune, and you can actually go and see how much is in circulation. It's an independent analytics reading of our smart contracts. How does it work? Basically, you stake your crypto assets as collateral. So it's only got crypto assets as collateral, so no tie in any way to any government. And you then mint your Nuon. You borrow at 0% interest. And as you borrow at 0% interest, the only thing that we do to hedge ourselves against the downward spiral is making sure that you participate in the liquidity pools. So a portion of your contribution goes towards the liquidity pool protection. We call it an insurance, where you're ensuring the protocol mitigates and prevents a downward spiral. And then you can participate with at the moment, you can borrow the Nuon, you can use it in liquidity pools, in DeFi, and you can actually trade NFTs associated with Nuon because you mint an NFT that highlights your position. So you at any time have a statement with how much you have in collateral and how much you've minted, and that NFT is immediately tradable. So you don't need to go and redeem and do that whole process. You can just off-sell and sell your NFT or buy new FTs to win more collateral in the background. Yeah, you can see we're exogenous. We are audited, and we use Chainlink's proof of reserve in addition to using their CCIP. So you have zero interest loan. You earn yield on collateral. So we provide you with yield on your collateral. And at the moment, your collateral are in those 5 different assets that you can see there. We use Aave pools to be able to offer collateral. It's the securest and safest pool system out there. And yeah, we provide rewards on your collateral, and inflation is going to be lower than the interest rates of borrowing. That's a financial fact that you can go back and see over history. How do we keep the peg? The peg is defined by Truflation. Truflation gives us the peg, which is basically at a start date, in this case, July 1, 2022. We measured the dollar and we tracked, actually it's 23. We tracked the dollar, and that is giving us the peg. So the source of truth is an oracle providing the peg price, and that is incentivized either on the upside or on the downside to hold that peg. So we have negative interest rate control to drive down the price should it be going too high. And then we have incentives to do the opposite, to buy the token once it drops below a threshold outside that peg. Yeah, so this is the calculation. This is how Truflation calculates it. And basically, we have a governance token. So right now, we're raising $2 million that should hold us through to profitability for the protocol in Nuon tokens. Nuon is a fee and governance token that supports the whole Nuon ecosystem. You can see how it works here. I'm sure you have the material. Happy to send this, but I won't walk you through this. But basically, at high level, there are certain fees for every little transaction along the way, and we have a stability pool in the event for rapid and seamless liquidation, again, to offset any kind of death spiral that may incur. We have 100 million tokens that we are going to mint. A large portion of that, as you can see, is for the actual community itself, for rewards, the ecosystem itself, as well as 17% set aside in this private sale. What can you do with that? You earn protocol fees, and you earn and can participate in the governance and stake them for liquidation yields. How does this look financially? We've done 3-year business models. We're going to need about $2 million in max cash flow as we lose money in the beginning years, and as we start becoming profitable within the course of, by December 2025, we'll have already paid back a large portion of the funds. Yeah, we have a P&L. You can see the numbers here. TVL, we're very conservative in our TVL. At the moment, there is very little liquidity in the market. It is extremely challenging out there. And so we believe that this bear market, or we have forecasted our model to be very bearish alongside this bear market for the next year through to the end of 2024 before the market picks up. Although we're seeing already some uptick, but we don't want to calculate for that and live with that. We've got a team, a totally independent team that works on Truflation. James, Eric, and Dogo are the lead developers around this, supported by Cameron and myself and Sam. We've already secured certain investments and support from Chainlink, Impossible Finance, and NextGen. And we have some really good advisors, Token Bryce from Liquidity and Renat, who used to be involved in MakerDAO as advisors. That's us. That's who we are and what we've built. And if you do have time, check out nuon.fi. You can actually go and use the code base, see what the user experience is like. You have links to DeFi Llama as well as Dune to be able to see all the insights and the analytics for the protocol already out there.
Great. Thank you very much, Stefan. We'll give it a moment to see if anyone has any questions for you. You know me, I'm always here to interject. If we see a hand pop up, then we'll go for it. But in my notes, I was jotting down from looking at your resources. So you've mentioned Truflation, yes. And I do remember meeting up with you during that pitch room as well. But so my notes are saying, how exactly does Nuon determine and measure the changes to the cost of living index that it uses, Truflation? And how frequently is the stablecoin's peg rebalanced to account for the inflation?
So it's rebalanced on a daily basis, every single day. And that sets us apart from any other token out there, or stablecoin or Flatcoin. There are two other Flatcoins out there that you can see, and we've documented that. They rebase based on the BLS numbers, and they rebase on a monthly basis, which is extremely costly for them. And they're actually now considering using Truflation, but we do it daily. So Nuon is using daily updates. It's provided to us by Truflation. So Truflation has the whole formula, the whole calculation, and its network of Chainlink's network of node operators is actually maintaining that price feed for us. So again, independent of us, we cannot infiltrate that. It's accounted for. Truflation tracks 18 million items. It has 3 price feeds for each of the items. And it categorizes those into 50 categories, 50 subcategories, 12 categories, and then the headline CPI that all aggregates up and then gives an accurate reflection of the true CPI. And that is then just added to the dollar as of a unique start date. So we try to keep it simple and make it very understandable.
Great, thank you for that. Anyone else have a question for Stefan? Well, in that case, Stefan, I do appreciate your time and sharing with us. I will move on to our next project. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for your time, and hope to hear from you soon.
And in the meantime, if you can just stop sharing screen, that would be awesome. Thank you. All right. Our next project is being Canadian. I'm going to say ZNS. I can also say ZNS Connect.
ZNS, yeah, that's correct.
Great. ZNS Connect is a new decentralized naming system that aims to simplify blockchain transactions and improve user experiences by providing easier to remember and use aliases instead of complex cryptocurrency addresses. By focusing on interoperability across blockchains through its integration with omni-chain technologies, ZNS Connect looks to enhance usability and become a primary identifier system for the growing decentralized web. Welcome, Sebastian. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much. Thank you for introducing. Nice to meet you all. I will share my screen. Yes. Does this work now? Yeah.
Yes.
So 20 minutes before we start, we decide to change our presentation. 2 weeks was time for us to prepare pitch deck, but in last time we decide to show you how we build it and show what we have now inside. So ZNS Connect is the main name service that already launched 3 weeks ago. You can easily mint, renew, you can easily transfer, and you can easily delete domain on Polygon mainnet and Zeta Chain testnet. Top key points. We already launched testnet and mainnet. More than 15,000 domain already minted. We are on 4th place of DoraHacks hackathon organization. on 8th place of general category and Magic Store, and receive first grant from one of blockchain. So let's get started. First of all, I want to show you our application. Yes, okay. So you can easily connect. You can easily switch between the chain. Let's try to mint some domain. I will show you how it works. Pitch deck or pitch room. There is an opportunity to mint on .zeta and .0. So let's try on Zeta. I will show you how it works fast. Okay, done. Then we can go to my domains and check what inside. Before each room, I already minted on 0. So let's try to renew. It works fast, and also, yes, it's done already. And also you can transfer to any other user. So next stage, 1 second. In our platform, you can easily, as I mentioned before, renew, transfer, delete now on 2 chain block, Polygon and Zeta chain. Let's come back to documentation. Yes, the next step, I will show you our referral system. Sorry, it was some small problem. Can you hear me now? Yes, okay, sorry. So user can easily refer another user and send them directly their referral link. And when another user mint domain, they get 25% directly on their wallet. I will show you our smart contract. As you can see, we use Block Scout for Zeta chain, and already with Zeta minted almost 10,000 domains. Our smart contract already verified, so we have 100% security now. Next step, I will show you Polygon. Here is on Zeta almost 600, and same situation with smart contract. Okay. Next step, we have our big partner. It's Magic Store. With Magic Store, we launched a 2 huge campaign now. For now, on Magic Store, we got 8 position in general and number 1 in NFT. If you go to main page, we open 2 huge campaign when user can mint domain and try our application. It's with this campaign, we start growing very fast, and a lot of users try our platform. Next one, I will show you. Sorry, have small problem with internet today. sorry. So on Dora Hacks, we participate in a few hackathons now. I will show you results in a few weeks, but for now I can tell you that we are already on first place from 5,400 applications. So users, give us 5-star. Should I tell you? Also, Zeta Chain include us officially in their ecosystem. You can go to Zeta Chain ecosystem and find our project in Zeta Chain ecosystem. 2 weeks before, we launch great Zeta Chain testnet. We include 10 projects on Zeta Chain. And it was a lot of users who can try our testnet and who can interact with Zeta blockchain easily. We were organization of this testnet exploration contest. We had 10 greatest Zeta Chain application, and we have a lot of users who try all of them. Next station, I will show you our roadmap and what we have done and what we will be doing in the next 2 months. Okay, roadmap. So for now, wallet connection, you can easily switch chain, you can easily search domain on our application, you can easily register Zeta 0, you can easily renew Zeta 0, you can easily transfer, you can easily delete and use referral system. This is stage 1 of our application, already done. Next stage is stage 2. I will show you better how it will be in design. Also, I send you a link to this presentation. I'm prepared it especially for this event. It's in our docs. So in the message of Google Meet, you can check. Yes.
Sebastian, you've got about 3 minutes.
Okay, perfect, thank you. So this is stage 2 of our application. I will show you. It will be decentralized domain name service when all users can create profile, and it's 100% decentralized. Because if you open account on any social platform, it's not your account. With ZNS, when you mint your domain, we will give you in stage 2 of our application that will launch in 2 months maximum. You will get this profile with your NFT, with your social, with description, with your NFT, with your badge, and you can easily follow each other and you can easily connect to each other. So it will be a great opportunity for every user. And even you can transfer your domain to another user. So for now, stage 1 completed, stage 2 already on developing. It will be, and I will show you last 30 minutes, our stage 2 homepage. So you can search, as I mentioned before, you can mint badge, you can create your personal profile, you can check NFTs, you will have personal page, and also you will have a few categories of this page. That's all. Thank you for your time. Waiting for any other questions.
Thank you, Sebastian. Yes, let's just see if, oh, I saw something. Mohammed, did you have a question? Okay, one quick question that I have in my notes is in regards, no problem. Thank you, Mohammed. What mechanisms does ZNS Connect employ to ensure that name ownership is securely maintained on the blockchain? And to prevent hijacking or loss of names over time?
So it's easily, when you mint your domain, it's directly moved to your wallet. So it's 100% on your wallet. Of course, we need to build a few audits in the future, even maybe 2 or 3, and show the security of our smart contract. So for now, smart contract already verified, but in stage 2 of our application, we will use Certic as our smart contract auditor.
Great, thank you for that. Since we do not have any more questions, we can move on to our next project. So thank you again for your time and for sharing with us.
Thank you.
Our next project is Patex. Patex is building the first blockchain ecosystem tailored for the large Latin American market. By developing the Patex network, Patex Exchange for central bank digital currency trading, and Crypto Campus educational platform, Patex aims to onboard over 670 million people in Latin America to blockchain technologies and digital assets, including facilitating the launch and trading of CBDCs in the region. Welcome, Ricardo. Please go ahead.
All right. Well, thanks, Mia. I decided to do my pitch here, my presentation a little different without any slides. I would like to have people looking me in the eyes and really capturing what I have to say. Since, of course, all the materials are already shared with everybody, then this can be used as reference material. So I'll just speak directly to everyone here. And thanks for the attention, everybody. All right, let's get started. Well, my name is Ricardo da Ross. I'm the CEO of Patex. I'm based in Brazil, and my background in terms of crypto is it goes a while back. So I have been the head of Binance in Brazil. I was responsible basically for launching Binance in Brazil and taking it to #1 in market share. I also did the same for Crypto.com, helped them launch the card and everything in Brazil and Latin America. Same for Bit2Me, which is a Spanish exchange, and also for Ripio. Ripio is an Argentinian exchange that wanted to enter Brazil. So I basically built their operation from the ground up, and even did an acquisition of a local player for further expansion. So yeah, my background in crypto is such as this. So I have a deep understanding and connections in Latin America. Just a little, talking about me is important, but also our team. We have like a CMO who is the former head of marketing at Google, Uber, and Twitter. Our COO was the COO for Latin America at Huobi and KuCoin. Our CBDO also comes from Huobi and KuCoin. Our CISO, our Chief Security Officer, basically he worked at Santander Bank, Itaú Bank, and Bank of America in their cybersecurity and fraud divisions. And we also have our Chief Government Affairs Officer, who is a BRICS Plus member. So he is like connected in very high places, and this is very instrumental for one of the things that I'll mention a little later. So Patex is an ecosystem, right? So it's not just one piece. We have 3 main pillars. But before talking about those 3 main pillars, it is important to reinforce the fact that Latin America is a huge market. Almost 700 million people, $5.5 trillion in GDP. And in terms of the crypto market, it is the hotspot currently. It is the place that is growing really fast and also has the largest untapped opportunity. So this is one of the key reasons that we are focused on Latin America. And our team also is from Latin America. We have people in Brazil, have people in Chile, in Argentina, in the US, and also in Dubai. So it's a very strong team to really tackle this. And through our understanding of the market, then it's very natural for us to know what to do and to connect to the right people and so on. So the 3 pillars of the Patex ecosystem are the exchange. It's a centralized exchange that exists since 2014. and we have over well, almost 4 million registered users. And last year, our holding company acquired the exchange, and we rebranded, we did the whole technology stack and so on. So the exchange is live, operational, has users, and has good volume, around $10 million daily volume on average. And we are working on the exchange now to be very specifically compliant in each one of the countries in Latin America that we operate in, and also to have ease of deposits and withdrawals locally with the local payment methods and everything. So we're closing partnerships in different places to facilitate that for users, so they can get money in and out easily. So the exchange is the central pillar. Then we have two other pillars which are really important. The Patex campus. The campus is an educational platform for developing some top quality video courses to educate the masses, basically. The courses are all developed in Portuguese, Spanish, and English, because of course our goal is Latin America, and there is a huge gap. Worldwide there is a gap in terms of knowledge of crypto. That's well known, but in Latin America it's even deeper. So we offer a lot of those courses for free to basically educate people, and also to serve as a user acquisition mechanism, of course. But it is important to educate people so they know what they're doing when they get into crypto and when they get into Patex. We want educated users. The other side of the campus is the career guidance courses. So it's very specific courses to help people that have skills in other areas. Like, for example, a person that is a professional in marketing, in traditional companies, they don't understand the crypto industry. So our courses, the specific course for marketing, for example, will guide and provide the skills for that person to port those skills into the crypto industry, and then start to work and get jobs or services in that industry. So this provides opportunity specifically for Latin America because of high unemployment rate and some currency stability issues. So this provides this big opportunity to open a whole new industry for people to be able to work with. So it's very exciting. And of course, those courses available in Portuguese, Spanish, and English. So it's not limited to Latin America, but our target is Latin America. So that's the second pillar, the campus. Then we have our third pillar, which is the layer 2 blockchain that we have. It's a fork of Optimism. And we have a proof of value system that we designed, which is an incentive mechanism to create a positive feedback loop, right? So usually the networks, they incentivize, they reward validators, sometimes developers. So we are also rewarding users. So the more people use the network, the more rewards they can get, basically. So this is attractive for people. It's a way to earn extra income, and also provides activity on the network, which is very important for projects to want to be there as well. And the more projects there are, the more people have things to do in the network. So this creates this positive feedback mechanism that is very, very interesting. And the way we position our layer 2 is the home for innovation in Web3 for Latin America. So we not only make it available, but we provide a lot of support in terms of infrastructure, technology, marketing. We have a launchpad for some projects, and we also can provide some listing in some cases, and other types of support. And on top of all of that, it's very low cost, because again, Latin America has some economic issues. So developers, sometimes they don't have a lot of funds to be able to invest, to make things be launched, to innovate and to experiment. So we make it very affordable, very, very cheap. So this way we can attract a lot of innovators to our network. So those are the three pillars: the exchange, the campus, and the layer 2. Everything that I mentioned is already developed and live. It's the mainnet for the layer 2, for example, has been live. The campus is developed. Of course, it's ongoing in terms of development of courses, but we have several courses already available. So this is a reality, is not a promise or a plan. And additionally to the three pillars, I just want to mention that the CBDC angle that we talk about is very important. It's more of is a more complex and longer term strategy, but it's really important. Our chief government affairs office is opening up doors and conversations with some top level people in governments in Latin America, so we can bring our expertise from Patex and from our holding company, which has over 8 years of experience in development of blockchain solutions, exchanges, and also in talking with governments in Europe and Asia to help them frame the regulatory landscape. So we can bring all of that, and we're bringing it to some governments in Latin America to help them find a way to develop, launch, and create the framework, the regulatory framework in the country to be able to use CBDCs properly. So some countries in Latin America are more advanced, so they don't need as much support. They already are launching pilots and everything. Some other countries are lagging behind. So we come into play to help those governments. And strategically, this is important for us because we can be really close to those markets in specific and be on-ramp and off-ramp for CBDCs, help with trading, and also onboard those CBDC users that will come into the crypto industry as well. So we'll be able to put a lot of new products and services in front of millions of people in this regard. And another additional thing that I would like to say is that in Brazil specifically, we're developing a digital bank, an actual bank, a neobank, in partnership with one of our investors. Our leading investor is called Accura Capital. It's in Brazil. They have over $1.3 billion under management, and so they acquired a 10% stake in equity of Patex for $10 million, which puts our valuation at $100 million currently. And along with them, this digital bank is being developed and will be integrated into the ecosystem of Patex. So our users will have access to financial services in the traditional sense and also crypto services. So this is very exciting. And we're launching the Patex token soon, which is a governance token and utility token for the whole ecosystem. So the token will be used to access some courses, will be used as rewards for quizzes, and so for discounts in the exchange. So the token will have several different utilities, and the plan is to launch it in the last quarter of this year. So it's coming up probably November. We're just monitoring market conditions to find the best date, and we'll be listing it in top tier exchanges that we are already confirmed with some, and in the late stages of negotiation with others. Revenue for Patex is driven from many different areas. For example, transaction fees and the exchange, platform usage, premium courses, listing of tokens, and so on. So this it's a very powerful business model, proven business model, and our forecast is like from 35 million in revenue in 2024 to over 500 million in 2026 due to the growth of the Latin American market and our positioning in it, because we're positioning Patex in a very strong way, powerful way. We have ongoing IDOs with some of the most prominent launchpads like DAOmaker, WePad, ChainGPT, and this is also an important thing. So the whole market knows about Patex already. It's very interesting. So we have several high-profile advisors and partners like the EA Network CEO Guilherme Janovic, Christian Aranha. He's a leading authority in AI, big data, and blockchain. He's in the MIT Tech Review Brazil, and so on. Some partners, we have DAppOS, DexCheck, Planet, Acetux, Tascon, Carbon Browser, and many others. We have partners like Pools Ventures, Spark Digital Capital, Castrum Capital. So we are very well positioned. We're at the late stages of our private round for the token. And we're looking for strategic investors that can not only invest, but also bring value and help us in this very important mission to help Latin America be the hotspot for crypto soon. And we also have some equity left in case anyone is interested. Between 5 and 10% equity is still available. And we are the most powerful project in the expanding market of Latin America. So I thank you for the attention, and hopefully we can chat and move forward with some of you guys to make this mission a success. Thank you.
Thank you, Ricardo. If there's anyone that would like to ask Ricardo a question, please do so now, as we're going to be wrapping up real quick. Just to say, Ricardo, you were very thorough, because I did have notes. I had inquiries about you addressing the Latin American population and what struggles that you're finding in regards to onboarding the people. You've answered that, but if you'd like to add more, please go ahead.
I'll just add, in terms of one usual question is, okay, so how do you differentiate from competition, right? So about competition, I frame competition in two different buckets for Latin America. One is the local and regional companies, and their strength is the proximity to the market, connections, proximity to the regulators, and basically the knowledge of the markets, right? So they're hands-on in the market, and their weakness is usually products and services are not that great. You know, they're lagging behind. On the other hand, we have the other bucket, which is the international, big exchanges and crypto companies like Binance and so on. They have the best products and services, availability of coins and so on. But they don't care too much about being close to the local market, regulators, and connections. They rely on their products and services and their strategies just to spread as much as they can over the world and just gain market share without really being involved. And I can say that with confidence because I've been part of some of those companies. So Patex places itself in this vacuum in the middle. So we have the strengths of the local and regional companies, and we have products and services which are on the level of the international companies. So we can use some of the strategies of the international companies to gain market, but being really close and understanding the landscape very well. So this places us in a unique situation. We understand the market very well, and we're growing based on this. Our team is super. So I'm very proud of the team.
Thank you, Ricardo. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. And everyone, this concludes today's event of the Pitch Room. On behalf of Donuts Capital, we'd like to thank you for your interest, your time, and for joining us today. Take care, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.